Hi friends, welcome to Upper Studies YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about context and conversations in GitHub Copilot CLI. It is a beginner playlist. This is a continuation to my previous videos. If you haven't watched my previous videos, please watch them. Then only you will get what we are discussing here. Okay. So imagine what if AI could see the entire code base, not just one file. So the whole code base, let's assume I have it in one folder. What if the GitHub Copilot CLI can see the everything and help me to code it or maybe improve the quality or fix the errors, right? So that's a superpower, right? So we will see how that can be possible with the help of context and conversations. So the agenda of this video is we are going to discuss about syntax, @syntax, which actually helps you to refer files and folders, and also resuming sessions. That means whenever you open a terminal and start GitHub Copilot CLI, how it create a session and how to resume that sessions, because that will preserve our context window. Understand actually the context below how it works and how to write effective multi-turn conversations and manage directory permissions for multi-project workflows. So all these topics we are going to see in this video. And the prerequisites for this is basically you need to have a GitHub Copilot CLI installed and authenticated, and that we have already discussed in our previous videos. So please watch them. Not only that, you also need to basically go to this GitHub Copilot repo. Sorry, not GitHub Copilot, GitHub repo, and download that project. So we did that in our past video. So when I go to that GitHub repo, which is a Copilot CLI for business, you need to go to here, the code, and download a local version, the zip version. So that's what we do in this video, right? So we have already done that. So I have downloaded that zip in my local, and I have, let me go to the C drive demo folder. So the zip, and I unzipped it, and it has a lot of projects in it, which we will consume for our practice for the GitHub Copilot CLI beginners playlist. So do the same thing. Now going back to our presentation. So let's understand this. What is context? How the context makes the difference. So imagine this way. Without context, this is the example, right? So the book app does not work. So if somebody says that, okay, I have a application called book app and it is not works, but I haven't given you any context. So obviously we'll be having 100 questions. What is that book app project? What is the folder? What is the file to look? Maybe what is the function to look, etc., etc. What if I tell you, look at books.py file, especially find book by title function? It's not doing the case sensitive matching. So that is the problem. So if I do the file, the function, the possible, all the context to you, then it is more easy for you to go and troubleshoot that issue or maybe fix that problem, right? It is same with AI as well. In GitHub Copilot CLI also, the more context you give, the more better it is. And how to give the context, that's where this syntax basically help you. So then file or a directory, if you give, then Copilot will get whole context of what is written in that file or what is there in the directory. And on top of that, if you ask anything to the Copilot CLI, then it will help you to perform the task in a better way. So let's see the example. So here, if you see, if I start a GitHub Copilot CLI session, and if I say explain what @samples hookup project utils.py does, it's a basically I'm giving a single file and asking me to explain that, right? So it will do very well for me. So let me practically show you that. So what I will be doing it now is, so I will be opening my terminal, and in the terminal, so you guys know how to start Copilot, right? So you just need to use Copilot command, and it will start the GitHub Copilot CLI. And once, if you are doing that very first time, you need to use that /login command to log in or to authenticate to the Copilot CLI. I think you know all these things from my previous videos. And it is asking me to trust the folder. I am hitting enter. Yes, I will trust it. So now what I will say, I will try to do the same thing, whatever it explained in this example. So I'm going to point to book app project or project utils.py file and ask Copilot to explain me. Okay. So I will write explain what @samples. So why I'm directly typing samples? Because right now I opened my terminal inside this location. Hence, directly I will point to samples folder and maybe book app project and utils.py file to explain me about it. So samples slash book app project. Oh, sorry, maybe I have used the samples. I used to use the just like this. Then book app project slash utils. See, there is a utils.py file. So I'm referring that. Explain what utils.py file does. So if I ask question like this, now I gave a context using a syntax to the GitHub Copilot CLI. It will understand what is there and it will explain me in a very better way. So you see that it is explaining what functions it has, what is the purpose of every function and everything. And if I go back to the presentation, I can also give these multiple files. So compare books app py file and books.py file for the consistency. Even I can do that. So if I give two locations, two files, then it will take this multiple files also as a context. And also I can give the directory like review all the files in this folder for error handling, whether my code base, assume that folder has a code base, and I'm asking I just review all the files from that code base and help me with the error handling. That's what I'm trying to ask, right? So I will not do that practically, but you guys can try that as well. So the basic patterns are @file name that refers to a single file, @folder that refers to a multiple files as a context, and you can give more than one files also uh, as a context. Okay, so let's understand what is cross-file intelligence. Basically, if you give single file to the Copilot CLI, it is good. It will tell you, okay, what syntax errors are there. It will explain you what is the code there. It will help you improve the code there. That is all fine. But what if you want to understand one file to another file, how the business logic is flowing, how the data is flowing, is there any duplicate between those files? So in such cases, you have to give the cross files basically. So you have to give multiple files and ask Copilot CLI to explain the duplicates from all the files, explain the data flow between the files, etc., right? So cross-file analysis is basically a superpower. So if you see the example, so here I'm giving a bookapp.py file and books.py file and asking how does these files work together? What's the data flow? So I can copy this prompt and I can go to my terminal and I can ask that same thing, right? So I just pasted the same thing and I will just ask to the Copilot CLI. Let's see how it will behave. It should definitely read both the files. See, it is reading both the files, booksapp.py, books.py file, and then it is basically comparing and giving the whole data flow, how the data is getting flowed. And it created kind of a visual also there for my easy understanding, right? So that is basically the cross file analysis. So you can do the analysis between the files also by giving in a single prompt because of that syntax. Okay. Now let's imagine that bookup project folder is a code base for you. Now, if I ask you to go and read the code manually from that folder, it will take at least a 1 hour for you to open every Python file and understand what it is in there. But what if I say the same thing to the AI or GitHub Copilot CLI in this case, it will do the magic in within seconds basically. It can help you to summarize the app. If there is any duplicate logic found, missing validation, it will do everything. So that powerful AI is. So this example says the same thing. So in the Bookup project, in one paragraph, what does this app do? What are the biggest quality issues? So let's see that. So I'm basically giving the directory as a reference there, as a context there, and asking Copilot to explain whole code. That means understand the whole code and explain whole code and what are the biggest quality issues there. So that's what I asked and see how quicker it is. The AI can help you to read all the files and give you the explanation, right? But if the same thing if a human has to do, it will take a lot of time. A minimum 1 hour time it will take, right? So even it is pointing to the quality issues as well. So now there is something called sessions. So this is about context, providing a context, etc. All good. Now there is something called sessions. What are sessions? Basically, whenever I open terminal, whenever I type Copilot, a new session will start. And whatever the conversation, whatever the context I give there, it will continuously keep on auto saved. Okay. So that is called one session, and that session will automatically save. So, uh, so the sessions will be auto saved, and you can resume these sessions to continue where you left off. For example, let's assume this way, like I am going to work on the book app project and I want to improve the error handling there. So I'm asking Copilot CLI to help me. I want to improve the error handling across the modules. So once I do that, my session do some job there, and let's assume my day completed there, and I exited the Copilot CLI using the slash exit command, and I started resuming the same work maybe after a while or a next day. Then in that case, I no need to again open a fresh session and maybe give all the context once again and resume where and then come to a point where I left and then start doing that. So no need to do that all rework. So your session might have already stored in your local and you just need to continue, resume that previous session where you left off. That way you no need to again start the session from the scratch and you can immediately start working where you left off. Let me practically show you what I am trying to say. So let me take this command here and I'm going to my session. Okay. So I'm pasting this prompt and telling to my copilot. So this project improve the error handling across the modules. So that is the prompt I'm giving. And let's assume now copilot does something for me to improve the error handling. So it is basically listing. Let's wait the execution to complete here. So it is telling I will improve error handling across three modules, booksapp.py and booksapp.py. Okay, that's okay. And it is asking me some permissions for me because it wanted to do some changes. So I will say yes, yes, yes. See, it is modifying all those files. Basically, it is doing that job of maybe improving the error handling across the modules. So say yes. So it is also trying to run the existing code and see how it will behave, etc. So great. So it seems it did the changes and it is showing me what changes it does. Now let's say I am doing exit session because my day completed and I want to go back to home and maybe start my day next day. So in this case, how to resume back my previous session, right? Because tomorrow I have to continue where I left. In that case, I can do this. So Copilot space. So if you haven't started any sessions, then directly use Copilot space hyphen hyphen continue. So hyphen hyphen continue. It will resume directly the last session. Okay. So that way, wherever you left off, you are starting from there. You see, now the Copilot session opened and it opened where I left off. See, all these changes just just now I made. This is one way. But what if I might have been working on 4 5 things, so 4 5 different sessions. I want to open a specific session. I don't want to just directly go on Copilot space continue command. That might not work for me because the project work which I wanted to resume back, it is not the last session. It might be something older. So in such cases, my recommendation is always do this. So let me exit from here first. Okay. And then, so use this Copilot space resume command hyphen hyphen resume. And what it will do, it will list down all the Copilot sessions for you, and you need to pick from there. So see, it is listing down all the sessions for me. I need to pick for me. I know the latest one is the review utils py file functionality. That is the one. So I'm just directly taking that. That is one way. Another way is it is a good practice that if you give some name to your session, so that it is easy to identify what was that session and resume back from there. That is what I do. So to give a name to a session, I will use slash rename, and I am going to tell that maybe this is book app project work. So that is the name of the session I am giving it. So now the session got renamed. Now if I say slash resume command, you okay. So I need to exit maybe. So let me exit and then copilot slash space resume. Now it should give me that session which I just now renamed it, right? See, book app project, the first one, you can see that, right? So this session I will be starting it now. So I will just select that and hit enter to start that particular session. So I will not get confused if I give some name to my session. So I always encourage you guys to give that name to the session using the rename command slash rename. And this image basically doing the same thing. It is telling the same thing. The sessions will persist across the days. Whatever you do, it will auto save there. And whenever you resume back your session, you can resume back working where you left directly. Okay. Then finally, these are all good. Okay, sessions. We understood how to list down the sessions, how to resume a session, how to name the session. But is every session has some limit in terms of a context window? What will happen? It will fills up. How to see that what is the context window look like? So for that, we need to use this slash context command that will tell you how much got used in that session and how much got left. If you feel okay, you are doing something and you are done with it, use the slash clear command there to clear the context there. That means to clear the space there and maybe switch back to the another topic. And it is always good practice that if you clear the context there, if you are switching to the some other topic, otherwise the stale context will create some confusion for you for the responses to the responses from the AI, right? So I always encourage you guys to clear the session context if you are switching to the some other topic. So let's see the context how it look like for my current session. So I'm using slash context command, and if you see here 200k tokens and I consumed 55k tokens. So I consumed around 27% of the tokens. So still a lot of tokens left for me. So if I wanted to resume back, so I will be simply using the, so if I'm switching to some other topic within the same session, and I don't want to keep that context that to be used unnecessarily because I'm changing to the other topic, use this slash clear command that will basically clears the context. So once the context got clears, you can resume back with a new topic. Okay, cool. So we understood context, how to check the context using the slash context command, how to clear the context using the slash clear command, and we understood about resuming the sessions, and we understood that sessions will auto saved basically, and at the rate syntax basically helps to find the files or folders, and that helps you to give a context to your CLI, yeah, Copilot CLI, so that it can work effectively. So that's it in this video. This is what all about context and conversations. So let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.